Welcome, everyone, to TechShop Coffee Talk, episode 19, with your host, my esteemed colleague Ross, and myself, Bruce. Over to you, Ross.
Awesome, Bruce. Glad to be here, and it's great to be back after the new year. So I'm excited. Yes, it's been a hectic week. It's been a crazy week. Sometimes hectic weeks and crazy weeks makes things even more fun and greater. So
yes,
I am glad to be back here for episode 19 yes, of TechShop Coffee Talk. And I'm glad everybody else is here. Real quick, if you haven't, go grab a cup of coffee, come back, sit down, hang out with us. We're going to be here 15, 20 minutes. We're going to catch you up on the latest on the tech world and coffee shop talk. So, Bruce, where are we going tonight?
Well, we got a really bad Arctic storm front coming in, so I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, I noticed you've got some of that deep white stuff up there. So.
Well, but I'm kind of happy it's getting really cold. Next week, I'm going to go to a place where during the daytime it's plus 35 Celsius, and it cools down to about 28, 29 Celsius, that's about 96 in the day and about 70 to 80 at night.
Yuck.
Yeah,
that's almost summer here. Only the summer doesn't cool down that way. So, yeah.
No, hey, but 100% humidity.
Yuck. So, you can have it. So, and
actually, I'm off to Cambodia. So for 10 days to see my wife and the rest of my family. What are you up to? What's in your future?
Well, I tell you what, we've got a lot of things happening with the company, and next week we've got the kickoff going on, and awesome. That's the release of the second division of the company, of the second major division. There is another division that's not as major, but that's kicking off, and it's a dual weekend of the first part, and then the tail end of it is supposed to be the new kickoff of the new platform and everything that's coming. That is going to it's going to take, let's just say, it's going to take over the world, and it's going to come flying in.
Nice.
It's got to do with travel. So, I think that's kind of a topic tonight is travel, because you're traveling, I'm traveling, and it's the voice of travel. So
this sounds like an opportunity we do not want to pass by.
I tell you what, we're playing with the numbers. I know that sounds funny, but we're playing with numbers. We're working with numbers, and we're taking those numbers as low as we can get them and cutting them in half and dropping them down and going, okay, this is not really how it works, but this is a worst case scenario, and those numbers are scary. So,
wow.
Yeah, so if I'm gonna put the sales plea in here.
Yeah.
If you're looking for something, come talk to Bruce, or come talk to or me, however you want to say that. But come talk to us, because this thing's about to blow out of the water. It's about to get extremely exciting, and
yes,
you know what? We're not saying words when we say we're going to change the world. That is going to come. That is going to happen in the process. So I'm excited.
Now, also, too, don't forget, behind me, we have the coffee, the healthy coffee. So please remember, Ross and me aren't getting paid to do this. So please click on the links below that say Ross's link or Bruce's link for healthy coffee. And just click on one of those, look around, order some really good healthy black coffee there. There's tea, there's a few other kind of drinks there, and start changing your life by making better healthy choices, and start with a cup of coffee and change your life.
Awesome. So Bruce, you said you're traveling, and
yes, sir.
Canada to Cambodia. You said Cambodia. I'm guessing that's probably a 12-hour, 15-hour flight.
Well, it's an hour and a half flight from where I am to Vancouver, and then I have a 3-hour stop over there, and then a 14-hour flight from there to Taiwan, and then I have a 3-hour stop over there, and then I think it's 3.5-hour flight from there to Cambodia. It's going to be 23 and a half hours total travel time. So
Wow.
from when I get on the airplane, that's not counting the time before and after customs. So by the time I get on the airplane, that's when the clock starts. It's a 23 and a half hour travel time. So.
And that's not cheap, is it?
Well, actually, this flight is $1,300.
So, and that's like I said, it's not cheap for that
No,
distance.
it's
So
you're going a long ways for.
let me ask
Yeah.
you, Bruce, if you had the opportunity for something that saved you 50 to 75% on a discount, that'd be huge in travel, wouldn't it?
That you could say, yeah, no, and plus putting money back in your pocket, but even just a discount, yes.
Yeah.
In the summer, I have to travel with 2 other people, so take that $1,300 times 3.
Yep. I just heard a deal the other day that a guy has just booked a week-long deal up in the mountains up in I think it's North Carolina,
Okay.
for a family, 6-bedroom, 2-bath,
Yep. Yep.
mountain view in the mountains in North Carolina, $18,000.
Yep. Wow.
Do the math, 50 to 75% off. That's
Yeah.
huge. That's why this is going to change the industry. But I'm headed out next week too. I'm
Yep.
on a flight to kick off, so we're going to
Nice.
join. We're going to see the airport people.
Well,
And
I'll be waving you in the air there, so as I fly by.
well, I will be curious to know how much you see of the Australia fires and all, and the smoke and the things and whatnot as you go through or pass through or around or near. And
Well, I fly through actually from Vancouver. I fly up to Alaska,
okay,
over there through Russia, down by Japan, through China,
so
along
you,
the ocean there
so you
to
come
land
in
at
on
Taiwan.
the northern end of things then. So
Yeah, most flights. If you look at most flights, they fly over the northern pole, and then they loop around and then down to
I was
Australia from there.
I was
That's crazy.
I was talking to my neighbor who flies for one of the Boeing Learjet setups down in where they make them at down here. He's a
Yep.
he's a flight salesman, and
Okay.
he flies all around he basically goes out and razzle dazzle people with the flight and shows them the jet of the custom jets and everything, and that's what he does for a living. And
Oh wow.
I was asking him that why don't they just fly straight? And he says no. He said because of the curvature of the Earth,
Yeah.
it's shorter to fly up to a point and then to fly back down to a point than it is to fly around the point. And I was like, first when I heard him say it, I'm like, that sounds stupid. But then you look at the globe of the Earth, well, it all makes sense. So
Yeah.
anyway, it was just
Yeah.
fascinating. But no,
It hurts the mind. It hurt so when I got on the first time I flew to Cambodia, I thought I'd be flying west, not north. And you should how you get a feel for your airplane, like it
uh-huh.
wasn't turning this way and that way. It felt like it was kind of more or less going straight, and it moved a little bit here and there, but once you sit down and wrap your head around it, you know what, that makes sense.
Yeah,
So,
that's interesting. My neighbor's getting ready to head to New Zealand, and
oh wow.
he's been talking with people over there. They're planning to swing by Australia on the way too, but they're not sure they're going to with the fires. And he said the people in New Zealand, and I guess that's about 400 or 500 miles away. He said
Yeah.
that the sky is red at nighttime from it.
Yeah.
That they're seeing it. It's a devastation. So
They're saying in Australia, half a billion, 500 million or half a billion animals have died from
yeah,
this fire,
the
which is insane.
they interviewed the gal the other day that works at the zoo, and they said they've treated 90,000 animals in a week or 2 week period time.
That's
I,
crazy.
I mean, that's working around the clock. I'm sorry, that's
Yeah.
dedication, and that's emergency situations. I feel sorry for those people and everybody there. So, but
Yeah.
our hats
No,
go out to everybody that way.
no, I used to be in forestry, and I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, but you realize forests, if they're not managed properly, a forest will burn every 50 to 100 years. If you do nothing with a forest, all the growth, just the way, all the leaves fall down and the trees get
It
old and
just
fall down.
builds.
And the more dead growth you have on the floor of the forest, and when the humidity and it gets dry and all that, it it that growth on dead growth on the the, the floor of the forest. That's a tongue twister trying to say that 100 times. But uh, when the temperature is really dry and there's no humidity, that's more dangerous than pouring liters and liters of gasoline on
Yep.
that. So,
Yep.
so most forests, if they're not managed properly, they just it's part of nature. Every 50 to 100 years, a forest will burn. That's just how it works. It's just
Yep.
simple physics that a lot of people don't want to talk about, but it is what it is.
You bet. You bet. So, it's exciting and it's heartbreaking at the same time.
Yes, it is.
But travel industry is huge. There's people traveling every day, every place, everywhere, and that's it. It's the network backbone of the world these days. Kind of like a subway was, or kind of like the interstate was
Yep.
back in the early 40s and 50s when they started developing it. Only it's all flights now. So, but
Yeah.
travel's huge
One
and it's
place,
big.
one place I would not recommend traveling right now would be Iran. If
Yeah.
you're looking to go see some of those historic sites right now, I would probably strongly suggest maybe hold off till
Not
a
the
bit better.
greatest choice. Yes, for sure,
No,
for
no,
sure.
it's a little bit of a hot spot there for some
You
reason.
bet, you bet. So, hey, talking about places to travel. Um,
Yep.
here's a friend of mine. I'm going to swing this in here real quick, Bruce.
Okay.
Um, it's a
Oh, what a beautiful boat.
oh boy, it's lagging tonight. There we go.
There we
Any,
go.
anyway, come out. It's a Facebook page that we're part of. It's called In the Cycle. You want to learn more
Inner
about
cycle.
what we're doing. Um,
Yeah.
This is Corey. He's one of our team member partners, and this is actually a boat down where he lives, and that boat can be rented on a package tour setup, and pretty exciting. And
Wow.
yeah, and he's down in Porta. I don't know how you say it.
Puerto Vallarta.
Porta
Puerto
Vallarta.
Vallarta.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
Puerto Vallarta.
and he's one of those guys too that has got an accent like the other guy here that is on this call that we're always trying to figure out who's got that accent. He's a Canuck.
Sorry. You're breaking up because of your accent there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So please like, share, and comment below, because one of us has an accent. And sometimes when we say the word accent, I don't hear the word accent when someone else is talking. But so it could be me because of the way I was trained, or it could be because of Ross. But here we speak a little bit slower and stutter a bit because it's we're used to the cold. Because we know if we speak too fast, we could freeze. So we got to save our energy.
Oh, you're a nutcase, Bruce. You're a nutcase. Hey, if you haven't, go grab your cup. Go fill your cup up. We've got a few more minutes, and not sure where we're headed with this yet tonight. And that's the fun part. This is not scripted. This is not laid out. We're just by the hip. We're two tech shop guys, and we live in the tech world, and we do all kinds of things. So that keeps us hopping and busy.
Sometimes it's like you go buy that brand new air conditioning unit in the box. You just cut open the box and let the pieces fall where they may, and then you go find the manual and figure out what you got there.
That's here since we're on the tech shop of it here, Bruce.
Yeah.
We've had a real trying week at the shop. We've got 2 new units in that are identical, and we have to retrofit a low ambient kit into it. And we've got the old ambient kit that matches
Yep.
old and new, okay?
Yep.
And we've got the new unit in that doesn't match the old unit. And the wiring diagram in the kit does not match
Yep.
the new unit, okay?
Of course. Murphy's Law.
The new unit has a schematic in it that says how it's supposed to be,
Yep.
and it doesn't correlate with the part.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the part. Okay.
And we've gone back to the engineer and to our tech support and to tell them
Yeah.
about it, and they just can't figure it out. And it's like,
Well, how many wires you talking here?
you know, we're talking, first of all, it's two wires on your main power hookup, okay?
Okay.
And we're wiring it in series, so it's just a simple in series
Okay.
connection, but
Yep.
it's, the old was a contactor to contactor, the new one is relay to contactor.
Oh, okay.
So there's some different factors there, and then there's a pressure switch that has to wire in with that, and the wire coloring's not matching the circuitry
It's
that's
all
supposed to be,
different.
and
Yeah.
we send it to the engineer, and after the engineer reviews it and looks at it and gets back with it, he sends back the same thing with no changes made. And the one that they have in the new package, I looked at it and I talked with my tech that I visit with, and I says, that's a dead short.
Yeah. We don't want to hook it up that way.
That's an engineer for you. Well, on top of that, we have another unit that we're working on that's made by a different company in a different place and a different thing. And so we have to order a board for it. Well, we have to verify the board, so we can't. He sends me a piece of paper that shows me 5 different boards and says, okay, which board do you have? This is how they verified which board it is, because they couldn't bring it up on the model and serial number. So he sends me the board upgrade conversion. The board upgrade conversion schematic does not match the board that's in the box, but it also matches 5 different other ones that take that same board. The old schematic doesn't fully match the old board. And so he tells us how to hook it up. We hook it up. We walk through and figure out the logistics to it and go, this ain't right. And sure enough, pop, snap, boom, it's not right, just like we thought. And so we've been on the phone with them. And not only the deeper and deeper that we get into it, it's not only just the wiring and not hooked up right and not matched right. Okay, they even have things reversed in it that aren't reversed in the schematic. and on top of all of that, they have a whole different coding system for something different than what the standard is in the industry. And because of all of that, I asked this guy, I says, so how do you, he says, I get 6 to 10 calls a day for this one question. And he says, this one question that he gets that he's telling me about, he says, it's because old school uses an orange colored wire and the new school uses a blue colored wire, but they're the only ones in the industry that are using blue and everybody else is using orange. It's like, dude, he says, don't go there. I've been through this 3, 4, 5 times and whatnot. And so we put it all together and we get ready to make it work. And my top tech's working on it. And no, I've got a guy that works with me. Okay. And he's bullheaded. Okay. And he wants to challenge me in everything there is. So I explained to him, I said, you got this and this and this and this and this. And he's like, no, it doesn't work that way. And it's like, you know what? I said, there's 3 ways for this to work. It works this way, it works this way, or it works this way. It's got to be one of the 3. It has to be. He's like, no, it doesn't work that way. So after going through round and round and phone calls, I've done many searches on the internet. I finally found a manual for it. And that was a joke in itself. And the manual comes back and gives the full description of how it's supposed to work. And I take it to him and he just kind of looks at me and he goes, that's the dumbest thing they ever made and they ever did. And I'm like, that's exactly right, but that's how it works. So it's been a fun, great trying week, and we've challenged every tech support system that is out there.
Well, Monday was a very stressful day for me because I just had 16 days off.
Bummer.
And it was the first day. It was the first day back. So,
well, you're getting your reward coming here next week.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Well,
yeah.
I'm actually off for 10 days there. So
that's gonna be awesome. That's gonna be awesome.
And how long you gone for?
5 days, 6 days travel total.
Okay, 6 days travel.
And about the same time you're gone, so it'll all balance and come back together.
It all dovetails. So please reach out, like, share the videos. You know, the more you share, the more we care. Hey, I like that.
If you like travel, if you like coffee,
sir.
if you like being healthy, if you like any of those things, reach out and talk to us, because we've got one of the strongest platforms, products, travel, and more to come. We're tapping an $8.8 trillion industry, and
the leadership at the top of this company are rock solid. They're trustworthy, and they have ethics.
Yes, and you know what? Just a little bit. We've seen a video this week of the owner of the mission that we support, and they just gave us the thank you. They are so blessed at what the company is doing for that mission. They came back and created a video for it that them and the kids and everything, and his heart and what he's doing and how big it is of giving back to the kids and supporting the missions and orphans and whatnot. It's phenomenal. So if you want to find out more, reach out to us.
Giving, it's not about the money. It's about how many people you can help change lives with the money you make.
Yep.
So it's okay to have nice things, but it's even funner to help others.
Yep. And that's what we're here for. We want to help you. We want you to help somebody else. We want to start the chain. We want to get the process going. And in the meantime, we're all going to get a little something for it, right?
Yes, sir.
We're going to gain personal development. We're going to gain mental clarity. We're going to gain personal growth on the side of what we become and who we become. Anti-aging. And we're going to get to travel the world and see the sights and see people all over the world. So come join us, come help us reach out. Let's grow. And you know what? I think we're coming to the end of Tech Shop Coffee Talk number 19.
And just remember, at this company, we do not discriminate against your accent.
Yes, you brought up that point, Bruce. We are a multicultural, diversified company, and that's a backbone support that the company stands behind. That's what we want. We want to grow it that way. So anyway,
we want to grow worldwide, not just
Yep.
Canada or whatnot.
Look for episode 20 coming. That's gonna be fun, of us coming back from travel and having the back side of travel instead of the front side of travel. And that may be skip a week here, but we'll get it figured out, and we'll see you soon.
Actually, Ross, the next Tech Shop Coffee Talk we're going to do, I'm actually going to be doing it live from Cambodia.
We got to figure that one out yet. So,
well, just be like, it'll be just like, it won't be next week, but it'll be the week after.
Okay.
So in 2 weeks, I'll be in Cambodia. So
awesome, and I'll be back at that point. So that'll all be good. Hey, Bruce, thanks for being here. Thanks for joining us and walking through with us. And thanks for everybody else joining us. See you back here next week, same place, same time.
Not next week, the week after. So
gotcha.
In 2 weeks, we'll see everybody for Epic 20.
Yep. Meantime, sip on your coffee and let's travel.